Darlevsky was a uranium expert or something, and... What's the matter?
Pay the check, will you?
Mr. Shaw, what did I do? Did I say something that offended you?
No, you were fine. Tell me something. You got a cousin that lives in Pasadena?
Oh, I don't think so.
Cousin Evie lives in one of my houses.
No, Cousin Evie lives in Portland.
Thanks.
Oh, Mr. Shaw, I mean Edward, will you do me a favor and not tell Doris I was here? She just asked me to phone you and tell you she couldn't make it, and I couldn't find anybody to send for it, Mr. Shaw, so I went out for it myself. Anything else right now?
How much money has Hillman given us so far?
10 to start with. 3 checks for 2.5. 17.5.
When's the rest of the first 50,000 due? You want some of this paint?
No, thanks. It's due June 1st, if you haven't changed it.
And today's May 22nd, huh?
Yes.
9 days.
Has something happened, Mr. Shaw?
No, not yet. But you can count on it the next 9 days. Tell me, Mary, do I strike you as a suspicious type character? I mean, say, a guy who wouldn't trust his own mother with a skate key?
No, Mr. Shaw.
I'm not just saying that because you work here. Oh, come on, Mary, be frank. Have some guts. You'll lose your job, but have some guts. Yeah, that's me. Suspicious character. I peep over my accountant's shoulder when he's signing the checks. Cop gives me a ticket, and I wonder if he's really a cop. I'll lock the office every time I go out in the hall because of this.
Shaw Incorporated. Just a moment, please. It's Mrs. Hillman.
Hi.
Darling, I'm sorry I couldn't make lunch. Did Madge phone you?
Yeah.
I was up on the hill looking at some property and there was no phone. Madge wanted the car, so I let her have it. Darling, the property's just what we want.
Really?
Put those darling houses on it and they're going to sell for a fortune. You just got to see it.
Sorry Mary was in here. You mean right now?
Well, of course. I'm in a gas station on the corner of Barham and Cahuenga. You can make it in 15 minutes.
I'm tied up now.
Darling, what's the matter?
You just heard it. I'm tied up.
But at least we could look at the property together and we'll spend a little time.
Maybe I'm sick of sneaking around when he's home. Getting 5 minutes here with you, 10 minutes there.
But he's going away soon, darling. Listen, you've got to see the property tomorrow morning or we may lose it. Shall I pick you up?
Yeah, here. Early. Bye.
Bye. Gee, you scare easily. The brakes just slipped, that's all.
Brake slipped.
I'll get Mr. Hanauer. He promised to show us around.
Can I help you?
This is going to sound funny.
Go ahead, maybe it won't.
Somebody's trying to kill me.
You know who, or are you just guessing?
Look, I didn't come in here to cut up.
It's a '53 Pontiac, Hoffy. Blue convertible.
Hey, maybe you didn't hear me.
I heard you.
Fred, you got an engine number?
No. Look, if you know who, maybe we can help you. If you don't, what can we do?
If you're still trying to cut up...
Look, how many people do you think come in here just like you who say somebody's trying to kill them? How many?
How would I know?
4 or 5 a week. Sometimes 3 in one day. Not one of them that I know of has been hurt yet.
Fred, dig out that Collins file for me, will you?
Think it over for a minute. See if you got anything real to go on. Lieutenant Hoff will talk to you. That door.
Where did this death in Wyoming take place?
I don't know.
You see, Shaw? Nothing. All you've got to go on is the word of a 21-year-old girl. And this car thing. Maybe Mrs. Hillman wasn't lying. Maybe the brakes were slipping.
Maybe I'm going nuts, too. Maybe this isn't even a police station.
Shaw? Look, you understand our position, don't you? I mean, we get this kind of thing shoved in our faces all day long. Most of them are crackpots. You know why I talk to you?
Tell me, Uncle Jack.
All right, let's simmer down, partner. I talk to you because you don't look like a crackpot. You don't sound like a crackpot, that's why.
But I'm acting like one.
I didn't say that.
But that's the idea.
All right. We'll look up Hillman for you. How's that? Now, where can I get in touch with you?
Wrapped twice in my coffin.
A stumble bum with a champ's mouth, huh?
Catch him, get his address.
Right.
And write out a squeal on him.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with these brakes. Stops on a dime, stays there.
Thanks.
Want to try it yourself?
No. I told the owner I'd bring it right back after the test.
Oh, there you are. Mrs. Hillman's been trying to reach you all afternoon. She wants you to meet her at Mountain Lodge tomorrow night to close the deal on that lake property. Do you want me for anything else?
No, thanks, Mary. Good night.
Good night.
I was hoping I'd find you here. I just had to see you. I bet you think I'm awful.
Why would I think that?
I lied to you. An outright lie about Doris being late for lunch that day. You probably think all the rest were lies, too.
Were they?
Of course not. But you couldn't tell whether I was a big liar or not. What are you typing?
Typing?
Yes. I heard you as I was coming in. Peck and pray.
Oh, it's just an office memo.
A likely story. Groucho says that on TV all the time. If it's just an office memo, why are you hiding it?
I'm not hiding it. Let's get out of here. Come on.
I bet it's a love letter. I just love to read other people's love letters, don't you? You see? You were hiding it. I wasn't going to read it. I just wanted to find out.
Funny thing. I believe you. How about a nice, big, juicy steak?
Oh, I'd love it. Oh, I just remembered something.
What?
I just had a nice, big, thick, juicy steak. Wait till you hear this one.
I'd like to, but I better take off. It's almost 3.
Oh, it is? Well, first it's 9, and then whoosh, it's almost 3. Where does the time go?
Yeah. I wonder.
You better go. I'll get your coat.
Sore about something? Unhappy? Just plain miserable, huh? I have to go up the mountains and meet Doris tomorrow, close the deal. I'll call you as soon as I get back.
All right.
Darling, oh, it's so good to see you. Where'd you get the car?
Rented it.
We're going to have dinner with Collins tonight. We should be able to close the deal. I was going to leave you a note.
Yeah?
I tore it up. I thought it'd be more fun to tell you myself. I've got a surprise for you, too.
I bet.
You were just great, you know. I'm so proud of you. We've got our first piece of property, and it's just at your price, too.
Hey, watch it, will you? Where are we going?
That's the surprise. To our cabin.
What do you mean, our cabin?
Mine and my husband's. It's way up on the top of the mountain, the very top. You can look down and see for miles and miles.
Well, that's great. Let's go.
Something the matter?
No. Madge ever been up here?
Sure, lots of times. But for goodness sakes, why?
No, I just wondered. I bet she comes running to you with the troubles all the time.
Not her. She's too independent and stubborn. Come on. How do you like it?
Not bad.
Come on. Scary, isn't it? We used to have a porch built out over there, but nobody felt comfortable on it. One of these days, I'm going to put a great big picture window there. What's the matter? Come here, I want to show you something else.
No, thanks. I'm quite comfortable right here.
What's been the matter with you lately, Edward?
How lately?
I'm serious, darling.
Nothing that I know of. Why?
You've been avoiding me. Even when I see you, it's not the same.
That's logical. Nothing stands still, Doris.
But I don't want it to stand still. I want it to grow, so that nothing can stop it. Not you, nor me, nor anybody. But most of all, not you, nor me.
I thought you might like some coffee. It's good on a cold night like this. I brought some cookies, too.
What are you doing here?
I was worried about you, Dolly. I wanted to see how you and Shaw were getting along. Black or white?
You got any brandy?
Not here.
Cream will do.
Enough?
That's fine. You forgot the sugar.
Oh, so I did. I forgot. Oh, Doris. Of course, it should be ladies first. I forget whether you take cream or sugar. It's been so long since we've had breakfast together. Doris, we're all civilized people. Sit down. We might as well be comfortable.
What do you want, Gus?
An understanding. If this partnership is to continue, is to be confined to business hours. That's fairly clear, isn't it?
Pretty clear. Wouldn't you say it was, Doris?
Please, Edward, will you shut up?
Yep. That was pretty clear to her. Well, I must be running.
Don't finish your coffee. Have a cookie.
No, thanks. Oh, Mr. Hillman. It was nice of you to come all the way up here just to tell me not to work overtime. Good night.
How did you know I'd come here?
Your attitude.
What's that got to do with it?
You couldn't wait to get Shaw alone. This was the best place.
You're drunk.
Sure, I've had one or two. It's a long ride up that mountain. It's a long ride down, too. That's better. Now you stay here and have some fun with Gus, huh? Now, just what was it I was supposed to have put in the coffee, Mr. Norman?
Some kind of a drug, according to Mr. Shaw.
That would be funny if it wasn't so serious. Do you realize, Mr. Shaw, that you're accusing me of attempted murder?
I sure do. And it's not hard.
I'm perfectly willing to do anything I can to clear this matter up. Not only for my own reputation, but for Mr. Shaw's peace of mind. I don't want anybody laying awake at night wondering if I'm going to murder them. So if it'll help by canceling the policy, I'll be glad to do it, even though it leaves me out on a limb with a huge investment.
The policy is non-cancelable.
Yes, I know that. But if the president of your company is willing to cut corners and make an exception in this case, I will cancel the policy. And I'm sure that mostly all companies are willing to cut corners at one time or another. Is that fair enough?
Sounds fine to me.
Cancel it today?
Right now.
I'm satisfied.
Well, that's fine. You know, Mr. Norman, what's the matter with Mr. Shaw? He suffers from a guilt complex.
Oh?
He's in love with my wife.
Perhaps I should refresh my psychology, Mr. Hillman, but what's that got to do with it, if you get what I mean?
He's afraid I might kill him. So he cooked up this story to get your protection. When he and my wife arrived at the cabin, the last person in the world they expected to find there was me. Am I clear?
Did you and Mrs. Hillman expect to find Mr. Hillman at the cabin?
They thought I was safe and sound in Los Angeles. I can prove it.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Shaw, but the policy is non-cancelable, and I see no reason to discuss it any further.
Hello? Oh, Miss Hillman. No, he ain't. He was here about, noon, I'd say. And then he packed in a hurry, I tell you. Yes, packed. Well, he was... Miss Hillman? Huh? Well...
called every place, Mrs. Hillman. It's fantastic. He seems to have disappeared completely.
Today's the 27th, isn't it?
Yes.
And he took his $1,000 bill?
Well, I imagine so. When I came back from lunch, he was gone, and so was the bill.